The following opening was filmed at Champion Card Collector in Poughkeepsie, New York. If you are in the Poughkeepsie, New York area, you should definitely stop by and check them out. We thank Champion for having us here today to do these openings and here at the Eldritch Moon pre-release. So what's going on, everybody? So as you've already heard, we are here at Champion Card Collector for the pre-release. I'm super excited. We have two Eldritch Moon pre-release kits to open. Let's get started. I'm going to try to hit the table a little bit less because I just did that. I started this one a little bit here. I started them both. I'm going to move this one to the side, and we're going to start with this one. Let's crack into our first bit of Eldritch Moon product for this set. I'm super excited. So as we can see, the box here with Liliana, you can kind of see her reflected in larger form in this playmat, but here it is, very similarly to the box that they had last time with the little opening. It was Tamio's journal last time. Now it is just this box. So we have gotten the green die. If you guys have seen other videos on our channel, I am super excited about this right here. I love this symbol. I love D20s in general. I have a ton of them, spin down life counters, but I love this little Eldrazi symbol, this little Emrakul symbol. I want every one of these D20s I can get my hands on. So there's that. We rolled off the table. I did get a 16 though, so that's cool. We have the little separator. I'll take that out first. Last time we had salt shakers. This time we have tentacles. It's relatively nondescript tentacles, so there we go. We'll leave those over on the side. Let's see what our promo card is. Oh, wow. We got Bruna, the Fading Light. So what I think I'm going to do is zoom in a little bit for you guys so we can... so we can see a little bit better what we've got here. So we've got Bruna the Fading Light as our promo card. I'm not going to take it out of the packaging. I have no need to. I'd prefer it stay in there. But Bruna the Fading Light, one of the two... You know what? Actually, I'm sorry, everyone. I'm going to have to take it out of the packaging. I usually don't, but Bruna is a flip card, and I want everyone to be able to see the other side. And that's good, because then you can see the other side of the zombie token that we get as well. So in here, we have a flip foil zombie token, so there's that, and then it flips into this zombie as well. It's just a 2/2 foil zombie. If you get a card in the pre-release that would make this zombie, you can use it. But what I'm more excited about is the fact that this Bruna is foil. And it's the pre-release promo, which means that I'm gonna try to get my hand on a foil Gisela promo as well, because once you flip it over, it's half of, and it's of course not the art half that I want, because it's my favorite art in the set, but it is the foil or of half of Brizella, Voice of Nightmares. So there's that. It is in foil, so if I don't get lucky enough to open a Gisela today, I'm going to have the unluckiness of having to have a half foil, half non-foil version of this card, and it's going to look weird. But regardless, I'm super happy to have gotten Bruna the Fading Light, so here's that. Wow. All right, and that's even before we've opened packs. So, guys, since Eldritch Moon is the second set in the block, we do have 2 Shadows over Innistrad packs and then 4 Eldritch Moon packs. We have opened a lot of Shadows over Innistrad on this channel from videos and stuff, pre-release kits, booster boxes, etc. So I'm going to go through this relatively quickly, just so that you guys see what we get and we move on. We have Ghostly Wings. We have Inspiring Captain. We have Deny Existence, Moldgraph Scavenger, Ember Eye Wolf, Equestrian Skill, Stromkirk Mentor, Tormenting Voice, Root Out, Open the Armory is the first uncommon, Tooth Collector, Amy's least favorite art in the set, and Reckless Scholar. Our rare or mythic in this pack is Inexorable Blob. Interesting, Delirium, which is a mechanic that's repeated in Eldritch Moon, so there you go. Behind it, our flip card is the Breakneck Rider, flipping into the Neck Breaker. We've seen, again, many of these. Behind it, anything else? Nope, just a flip token, actually the rare flip token, and another zombie token, not as good as the last zombie token we just saw. So we'll move that over to the side. Let's get into our second Shadows over Innistrad pack here with Arlen Cord on the front. That would be nice to open. And let's see, as I said, we'll move quickly through these, see what we get. We have the Stern Constable to start. Press for Answers, Dauntless Cathar, Moorland Drifter, Equestrian Skill, another Stromkirk Mentor, another Tormenting Voice, a lot of duplicates, another Root Out, a Rotten Heart Ghoul, a Haunted Cloak as our uncommon, first uncommon. We have Incorrigible Youths as the second, and Tenacity as the third. Our rare or mythic in here is Epiphany at the Drown Yard. So there you go, nothing super special here. A green and a blue. Our flip card is Gatstaff Arsonist. I've seen about 50 million of these if you guys have been following on the channel. So if you, Gatstaff Ravagers is what it flips into. Behind it, nothing, just another flip token and a clue token. So there's that. That is Shadows over Innistrad. As I said, we move through it pretty quickly because we are really here for Eldritch Moon. It is the Eldritch Moon pre-release. That's what we want to open. Here's Tamiel on the front. Not the art from her card, it's the art from the Lunar something or other card. I'll figure out the names of them eventually, but let's get into it, guys. We start with a Desperate Sentry. We have the Distemper of the Blood. I like this guy a lot. The art on this card, I mean, I know that this thing here is on his outfit, but it really reminds me a lot of Gollum when he is falling in Lord of the Rings, trying to reach for the ring right before he lands in the lava. That's just exactly what it looks like to me. I haven't heard anybody say that. Maybe I'm the first, but yeah, Distemper of the Blood is this card. We have the Woodcutter's Grit. I think this art is just really cool. The guy looks furious, and it just looks really awesome. So we have Woodcutter's Grit. We have Certain Death. What a great name for a card. I don't think this is a reprint, but if it isn't, I'm surprised that they haven't used this name before. So there you go, Certain Death. We have Spectral Reserves. Great card in Limited. Just a lot of fun making some spirits. A lot of spirit theme in this set. We have Turn Aside. We have Alchemist's Greeting, which is awesome. There's a lot of fire in here because there's a lot of Chandra cards, but this one is not Chandra and still fire, so there you go. We have the Ironclad Slayer. Awesome. Just a lot of, there's, again, a lot of humans in here as well, kind of standing against the Eldrazi. So this guy is clad in a lot of armor to protect himself against the Eldrazi hordes. So there you go. We have a Laboratory Brute, presumably, it's a zombie horror, so it's probably been taken over by Emrakul, but it's a zombie, so maybe not. It could just be something that Geralf made. Well, hopefully we'll see Geralf later, but I'm not super optimistic, but we'll see. Our first uncommon is the Geist-Fueled Scarecrow. Awesome. It just looks really awesome. The light in the background of this card kind of silhouetting it, and whatever it is that he's spinning over here looks really cool. So there you go. We have the Somberwald Stag. We were talking about this guy earlier. I think this card is cool. It's an elk. I know that there are definitely some people who are big fans of elk cards. So here's an elk in this set. It gets to fight, which is, I mean, a typical green thing, but awesome. And one of the few, I think, beasts that is not in any way corrupted by an Eldrazi. So that's cool. We have the Abundant Maw. This card is disgusting. It's an Eldrazi Leech, one of the first Emerge cards that we get to see. That should be really cool, just seeing the Eldrazi kind of burst forth from your other creatures as you sacrifice them to pay the Emerge cost. So that's really cool. It's a lot of, like, I've seen a lot of the Eldrazi are like water-based, or a lot of the emerging Eldrazi are like water-based. So here's a Leech. There's like octopi and crabs and stuff. So there you go. And we have our mythic is Liliana the Last Hope. First pack we open, we get a mythic, we get a planeswalker. That's awesome. So here's Liliana, everyone. The art is fantastic. She looks exactly as she is in the stories. If you guys are not aware of us and our channel, if you're new here, we do a lot of stuff Vorthos related, story related. We are Vorthos players at heart. So this art is just perfect for Liliana. It looks exactly like she sounds in the stories and her personality. So the card's fantastic. I'm super happy to have a mythic in our first pack. So there you go, Liliana the Last Hope. I'll leave that on the side. Our first flip card from Eldritch Moon is the Conduit of Storms. This guy is hilarious. I love him because he then flips into the Conduit of Emrakul. These flip cards that flip into Eldrazi versions of themselves are disgusting. This guy looks so cool. There's just appendages and tentacles everywhere. It just looks fantastic. The art is phenomenal. So there you go. We'll leave that on the side as well. And then just another, the new flip tokens. So there's that. And an Eldrazi Horror token. A lot of different cards make this Eldrazi Horror, so there it is. We'll leave that on the side. Got a Liliana already in our first pack. That's incredible. We've got a little Warped Werewolf here. Again, I'll get the card names eventually. We've got a lot of product to open for this channel, so stay tuned for that stuff. You can subscribe down below. You'll see all of that from us. So we have Strange Augmentation, definitely a Strange Augmentation, but it looks really cool. Again, more Delirium in this set, which is great. I loved the mechanics, so to see it come back is great. So we've got that. We've got the Backwoods Survivalists, another great card. We have the Woodland Patrol. I love the colors on this. Like, this is a set of kind of Eldritch horror, and so you don't really see a lot of bright colors. You don't expect to see a lot of bright colors. It's also Innistrad, but this shows like some actual sunlight in the background. You get to see some autumn leaves. So there you go with the Woodland Patrol. We have the Weirded Vampire, speaking of awesome colors, and being kind of affected by the Eldrazi. I love it. It's so cool. And it's very true, this statement in the flavor text on the bottom. Emrakul makes apparent those whom she has favored, or whom she has favored. And it's true. I mean, every card in here that is a blank horror has, tentacles coming out of it, extra limbs, lattice everywhere, whatever. That's just the influence of Emrakul. So there you go with the Weirded Vampire. We have a Borrowed Hostility. So I think the first card that we've seen with Escalate. Again, colors on this are just fantastic. I love it. So there you go. We have the Thraben Standard Bearer. Really cool. The story from this past week, I mean, obviously it is pre-release night, so the story from this past week talked about Thraben Standard Bearers and stuff like that, so you'll see Amy and I talk about that in our series called Jar, where we review the stories, coming out this Monday, so stay tuned for that as well. We have Cathar's Shieldmore, humans fighting with their equipment and stuff like that. It's a theme in the set. This card looks amazing with the sunlight glinting off of it. 0 to play, 3 to equip. I'm not sure if it's quite good enough, but it's a cool card. It looks cool. So we have the Exultant Cultist. This was from one of the stories that we've already read and reviewed, where the Cultist is trying to get as close to Emrakul as humanly possible. Plus, this card's just fantastic, where if it dies, you draw a card. Just gets you value. You can block with it, so it's just great. Then we have the Stensia Innkeeper. Awesome. I love like red cards that have a lot of red in them, blue cards that have a lot of blue in them, because it's varied. A lot of times you would think that a red card with red in it would just kind of all blend together, and it doesn't. It does a good job of like pacing out the different like tones of red, or hues, I guess you would call it, of red. So yeah, there you go, Stensia Innkeeper. Speaking of red, Fury Blade Vampire, just a lot of vampires in this set as well. Again, everybody just banding together to fight these Eldrazi and stop fighting amongst themselves, and it's our first uncommon here. We have Mercurial Geist, our first gold card, and a Spirit. Again, spirits are coming together to fight the Eldrazi as well. Card looks awesome, just again, fire and water kind of coming together, red and blue. It's just a great contrast. I love 2-color gold cards because you have the outline of the blue and the red kind of in the border here. I've always loved that. This card looks great. We've got Spreading Flames. This card is insane. It's a little expensive, but it does amazing things. The card looks great. I'm looking forward to getting some foils besides just Bruna, which I appreciated, but getting some foils to see kind of what some of these cards look like in foil as well. And I love the flavor text on here, again, talking about showing the personalities of some of these characters. You've got Chandra just saying, hang on, I'm just tidying up. And she's just burning away Eldrazi everywhere. And that is very Chandra. So there you go. And our rare is an Elder Deep Fiend, as I mentioned, very flavorful for the emerging cards here. We've got an Eldrazi Octopus coming through, so there you go. A lot of water-based Eldrazi emerging. So you can sacrifice a creature, and this Eldrazi Octopus will burst forth from it. So there you go. It's awesome. It's a rare. I appreciate having it. So there you go. We have the Cryptolith Fragment. This card's awesome. I love this card a lot. The Cryptolith Fragment flips into the Aurora of Emrakul. Look at that. That art is fantastic. It looks amazing. It's an Eldrazi reflection. It has flying and death touch. It's just so cool. I don't know that you like how easy it is to get there, so to speak, because if you're behind, the card's not good because you're making yourself lose life, but I would probably do anything I could just, again, as a Vorthos player to get this card because I love the art. It just looks so cool. So yeah, there's the Aurora of Emrakul. We'll leave that on the side. Behind it, just a mountain. So there's that, and then a spirit token. It's the spirit token from Shadows. You can see the Shadows symbol down there, but still. And we've got 2 more packs left, and they're the same 2 art that we've already seen. So there you go. We do have another pre-release kit to open after this, so stay tuned for that, and then 2 more in our next video. So keep looking out for those. But we're still here for this one. So here is Olivia's Dragoon. Awesome. Vampire Berserker looks amazing. Riding on the horse. The horse looks cool. So there's that. Take Inventory. Disgusting. That whatever this guy's doing back here, I think it's a zombie just kind of like leaning its teeth on the table. But it's like this person is analyzing this Eldrazi thing, whether it's an actual Eldrazi, warped kind of Eldrazi, whatever, but there's that. So yeah, and again, I was saying there are a lot of these flavor texts that are very kind of cliched sayings, a place for everything and everything in its place. There are just going to be a lot of those that you guys will see on these cards. It's okay. I like it. We've got Desperate Sentry. We saw that guy already. We saw the Weirded Vampire already. I like that a lot. We have It of the Horrid Swarm. Awesome. Another Emerge card. This is an Eldrazi insect, so not fully water themed, but still like denizens themed. It looks cool. Again, the light kind of shining down on it, and it kind of bursting forth. It does have the Eldrazi coloring, not so much a lot of the tentacles, but and it's got some of the lattice work as well down by the tail here. So great. Happy to have one of these. We have a Bold Impaler. So again, a lot of like vampires and humans banding together to fight Eldrazi. So this guy is impaling this Eldrazi right in its open mouth. So it's awesome. It's a vampire knight too, so that's cool. We have Guardian of Pilgrims. It's another spirit. Again, all these different groups of people teaming together. So there's that. We have Displace. This looks really cool with just the different containers here being held with little creatures in it, and they're being displaced. They're being exiled, actually, if you look at actually what the card does. So yeah, I'll see you soon, Subject 25 and 26. I've got a good feeling this time. So you can tell this person's just been experimenting a lot, and from what the card does, it looks like it doesn't work. So yeah, then we've got Fortune's Favor. This card looks great. This guy's expression is just fantastic. That little smirk on his face kind of reminds me of the Joker from the Batman animated series. He just looks super like evil and like he's cackling, and it's fantastic. So that's really good. We have the Chilling Grasp. Again, awesome. This like spirit-looking thing is reaching out and grabbing these people. Kind of surprising because I don't know exactly what's happening. It's a Geist grabbing humans, but they're working together, so I'm not fully sure of the flavor behind it, but it looks cool. I appreciate that. We have the Deranged Whelp. Is our second uncommon. I missed it with the... Oh, nope, it's our last uncommon. I missed both of them. So anyway, here's the Deranged Whelp. Looks awesome. It's a wolf that has not been corrupted by the Eldrazi, and in fact, you can see it in the flavor text. When you confront a wolf scorned by its pack, extra caution is the order of the day. So that's really cool. Our rare or mythic in this pack is Uvenwald Observer, also known as Treebeard from Lord of the Rings. That's just exactly what he looks like. 6/6 Tree Folk for 6. Why not? He's kind of got like what look like eyes in his stomach there, which is weird. Let me see if I can get it a little bit closer. Focus. There we go. So he's got like, I mean, he's got a face like where you would expect his face to be, but also looks like he has eyes in his stomach, which is a little weird. So let me refocus there. There we go. Behind it, we have our flip card of Vilden Pack Outcast. And that card flips into the Drone Pack Kindred, right? Yeah, Drone Pack Kindred. Awesome. Once again, Eldrazi Werewolf corrupted by Emrakul. Just tons of different appendages, tentacles everywhere. Very flavorful for this set. So there's that. Behind it, we have... Hey, we have a rare. We have a rare flip card in the Docent of Perfection. It looks like this... this wizard here is being held captive, and there's just the insect horror in the background. But this insect horror flips into an Eldrazi insect that gets to kind of seemingly take control of all of these people. And so there you go. We have the flipping into the final iteration. So awesome. It really seems like, as far as I know, this should be the continuation of the... I'm not going to be able to think of the card name now. I always forget. Delver of Secrets. There we go. As far as I know, this is the continuation of Delver of Secrets because it was its perfected form. Now it's the Docent of Perfection flipping into the final iteration. So kind of closing it out. That's what it looks like. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. But behind it we have the non-rare flip token and a human token. Look at how gleeful this guy looks. Look at how happy he looks. Let's see if it can focus on that in a second. Come on. There we go. Look at how happy he looks. And everything behind him is just on fire. And he's super happy. And I was going to say he kind of looks like a vampire, but this is clearly a human token, so he's not. All right. So we have one more pack left from this pre-release kit. Let's see what we get. Again, werewolf art on this one, or corrupted Eldrazi werewolf art on this one. Let's see what we get out of here, and then we can move on to our second one because, you know, getting a Liliana out of this one wasn't good enough. We got to get more. So we have the Waxing Moon. We have Drag Under. We have the Borrowed Grace. I just like this a lot. Again, super colorful for like a gothic horror-based set. It's very bright, and I like it a lot. We have the Otherworldly Outburst. Disgusting. Some of these cards are really gross. This one is one of them. I know Amy, again from the channel, really does not like the image of Brizella, one of my favorite pieces of art in the set. So, yeah. Ooh, here we go. We've got Cemetery Recruitment. Just, again, Liliana looking awesome is just going to be a theme in this set. She looks really cool, just kind of pulling that zombie. Cemetery Recruitment is also just a great name for this card. So there you go, Cemetery Recruitment. We've got Convolute. Here's your counterspell for the set. Looks fantastic. I mean, it just, like, the blue energy just blocking a spell looks really cool. So there you go. You've got Make Mischief. Look at how cool this card looks. I love the Devil sub-theme. There's a good number of cards in the set with the Devil sub-theme. So here is one of them. We've got Terrarian. This card looks incredible. I'm going to, like, force the zoom in here. Look at the inside of that. Look at the detail on the inside of that card. It just looks so incredible. And again, super flavorful because you can kind of break open the Terrarian and get something out of it. The card just looks fantastic to me. I love the art. And again, just on like a common, they just do such good work on even common cards. I love it so much. And again, that would definitely be something I would like to see in foil. I think that'd look incredible. We have Whispers of Emrakul. Again, I've said in many of the last couple of sets that we've opened on this channel that have had Eldrazi. Eldrazi are super colorful, and I appreciate that greatly. So even though this is a black card with a black background, you've still got like the purples and the whites and the blues down here at the bottom. It just looks fantastic, and this person is putting up a valiant effort putting this sword through the Eldrazi, but not doing too well. So, yeah. We've got the Somberwald Stag. We saw this guy already. And we've got the Abundant Maw. We saw this guy already as well. Our rare or mythic in our last pack in this kit is the Harmless Offering. One of the most adorable pieces of art possibly ever in Magic's history. But if you guys haven't seen it yet, here is its tail. And if you look, there's a little mouth on that tail. And again, if you also look, the person's finger is all bandaged up because it looks like that tail has bitten that person's hand. And so based on the flavor of the card, they are giving this cat away. Come on, you can focus. There we go. It's giving this cat away for free because they're like, look, you know, just take it. Just take it. It's for free. It's yours. We don't want it anymore. And again, the flavor text is such an adorable face. And again, yes, face. Don't look anywhere near its tail. Just look at its face. So there you go. We have Harmless Offering. Our flip card is the Shrill Howler. Awesome. One of the cards that was shown in the trailer for this set. Looks fantastic. And I would have thought that that would be the flipped side. Nope. The flipped side is the Howling Chorus. Another disgusting looking card. I love it. but it's disgusting because as it's howling, all the tentacles and other faces, wolf faces, are coming out of its mouth. So there you go. I love it, but it is pretty gross. So there's that. I think, do we have something else back here? I feel like we do. We don't. Oh, we do. It's a foil forest. I was like, oh, it's just a land. It's not. It's a foil land. So great. It's our first foil, and it's a basic land, but why not? I'm definitely not upset about it. Foiling pattern looks great. It looks really cool. I love it on the actual forest symbol itself at the bottom. That looks nice. So yeah, there's that. And then we have the flip token and the human soldier token. So let's just go right into the second box. We will we'll go over everything that we got at the end. But let's crack right into this, guys. As promised, we got the second one right here ready to go. I did tear into it already, so let's get into it. We did well in that last one, guys. Liliana and Bruna. I'm not too upset about that at all. You've seen all the packaging and stuff, but we did get the white D20, so I'm happy about that. Now we have 2 different colors. I will be looking for all 5. We have, let's get this separator out of here, and the little rules thing. So we got that on the side. Our promo card is... Okay, we've got the Wharf Infiltrator. I actually like this kind of a lot. It looks really cool. In foil, it's just okay because it's kind of a dark background card, but we've got that. This is not a flip card, so I'm not taking it out because it does have the zombie on the back, which you guys have seen both sides of the zombie. But the Wharf Infiltrator is cool. I like the fact that it's a human horror. It's under the dock, kind of waiting for people to walk over, and then they're gonna, like, you know, steal from them and stuff like that. So there's that. I appreciate that greatly. But there's that, Wharf Infiltrator. Obviously, in my opinion, Bruna's a lot better, but whatever. It's fine. We've got, again, let's get into the Shadows packs first and get the Eldritch Moon ones out of the way for now. We'll quickly go through these, see if we get anything awesome, but otherwise just kind of go through the stuff. We have Dauntless Cathar, Ghostly Wings, Puncturing Light, Drownyard Explorers, Moldgraph Scavenger. We've got Tormenting Voice, Root Out, Rotten Heart Ghoul, Reduced to Ashes, Trail of Evidence, still love the art on that. Bound by Moonsilver's cool. Skeleton Key, and our rare or mythic is a Port Town. Nice. Dual land with blue in it is always a good time. So there's that Port Town. Our flip card is the Neglected Heirloom. This card put in work for me in a draft that I did. And it flips into the Ashmouth Blade. Just amazing. What a great card. So there's that. We'll leave that on the side. Behind it, a flip token, and then a wolf token. So we'll get those out of the way. Again, running through that relatively quickly because we've seen all that stuff before. If you haven't, there's a lot of Shadows over Innistrad openings where we talk about our opinions on the art and the cards, the stories. Check out the other stuff on our channel to see that. Pieces of the puzzle. Expose Evil, Furtive Homunculus. We have the Intrepid Provisioner, Shard of Broken Glass, one of Schnaz's favorite cards, or at least pieces of art. Macabre Waltz, love this. Pyrehound, Might Beyond Reason, Stromkirk Mentor, Geist Blast, awesome. He Ain't Afraid of No Ghost, we'll see. Hopefully we'll see some of those in Eldritch Moon as well. We've got Liliana's Indignation, again, awesome piece of art. And Ongoing Investigation, and our rare mythic out of this pack is Angel of Deliverance, just okay. I've got a ton of them. They're, super expensive. Behind it, we've got the Gatstaff Arsonists. Again, gonna have 50 million of these cards. Into Gatstaff Ravagers. We've seen it before. We'll see it again. We've got a basic Forest and a Clue token. So there's that. We will now get into, once again, what we're here for, which is the Eldritch Moon stuff. So let's do that. We're going to start once again with Tamiyo on the front. Again, it's the Lunar card is not really Tamiyo's card. Hopefully I'll actually get to show you what Tamiyo's card looks like, because hopefully we'll get both Planeswalkers. We've got Tattered Haunter. For all of you playing Pokemon Go, hopefully you have a Haunter. We have the Borrowed Grace. We have the Waxing Moon. Borrowed Malevolence. That card just looks great. Just the purple coloration of black magic is just great. I love that so much. We've got the Woodland Patrol. We talked about that. Turn Aside, we saw that. That's great. Just the moon, kind of using the moon's power to kind of push back that Eldrazi. It just looks awesome. We've got Alchemist Greeting again. We've got Fiend Creeper. How awesome is that? That is like a jack-o'-lantern head on top of a zombie skeleton body. It's a scarecrow. I understand it, but it looks so cool, and it kind of looks like it's just in front of a giant explosion. Just awesome. I appreciate that art a lot. We've got the Spectral Reserves, talked about that already. Abandoned Reason is our first uncommon. Awesome. Just look at these guys. Again, if you're abandoning Reason with Madness, that's very, very flavorful. They're just running in and just trying to kill as much as they can. Looks like they've already kind of succeeded with all the blood on their weapons already. So there you go. We've got Courageous Outrider as our other uncommon. Again, really cool. I love the flavor text on this, kind of almost more than the art. It just says, one silvery blast signaled that she wouldn't be arriving on Thraben alone. As you will see from our jar on Monday, if you guys stay tuned to the channel, there was some feathered help for some of the humans and vampires in their fight because they very much needed it. So there's that. We have the Vexing Scuttler. So once again, here's one of the Eldrazi crabs I was talking about emerging. It looks awesome. It's huge. It's amazing. I love the moon in the background, just shining the light. The colors are great. So there's that. I'll stop slow rolling it. The rare or mythic in this pack is the Sanctifier of Souls. Looks cool. I don't know quite about the playability of it, but it's a human cleric. They're, again, human theme in the set. Card looks cool. I like the spirits in the background. I think it just looks great. So there's that. Behind it, we have the Ulvenwald Captive, which flips into the Ulvenwald Abomination. So it's another Eldrazi werewolf. Just, again, lots of different appendages, lots of different tentacles. So that's great. And it adds mana to your mana pool. I don't know that you need to really be adding mana to your mana pool after you've already paid 7 to flip it, but maybe you have Emrakul. Congratulations. We'll see. So Ulvenwald Captive is there. We'll move that to the side. Behind it, just a swamp and an Eldrazi horror token. Obviously, if you guys are not aware, the land cards that you'll see are Shadows over Innistrad lands. They don't make new lands for the second set in a block. They just don't do it. It's not really necessary. So we have that. We'll move that stuff to the side again. And we've got 3 more packs to go. We've got a werewolf pack again. And we've got a new piece of art coming up soon in the next pack. So, yeah, we've got this werewolf, this Eldrazi werewolf on here. Let's open that up and see what we get. We start with a great removal spell in Choking Restraints. It's basically a pacifism, but late game you can sacrifice it to exile the creature if you have enough mana. So there you go. I love pacifism. I love the art. It's very flavorful, Choking Restraints with just, there are tentacles everywhere. So why not have a tentacle coming out of the wall and just choking this person? Why not? So there you go. We've got, speaking of Emrakul, the Boon of Emrakul. Just amazing art. Just this, the tentacles just exploding. There's basically, you can't tell what's happening here, which is awesome. I mean, it's getting +3/-3, so if it's a weaker creature, it's just dead. But if it's a stronger one, it's just becoming grotesque. Flavorfully, it makes perfect sense. It's just very difficult to understand what's happening in the art. So there you go. Behind it, we have, I love the colors on this one as well, we have the Spring Sage Ritual. It's, honestly, as a card, it's your typical destroy target artifact or enchantment for limited. It's necessary in your sideboard. It's a little expensive. Usually you get like a Naturalize. This is 4 mana, but you gain 4 life in the process. It's a little slow, but yeah, I mean, I don't know the metagame enough yet to say whether there is anything that you need to destroy early enough, but yeah. So we have the Spring Sage Ritual. We've got the Gavany Unhallowed, just another awesome zombie from this set. So there's that. We've got Displace. Again, talked about this, love it. We have Terrarian, talked about that, love it. We have the Bold Impaler. Again, we're getting a lot of duplicates here. Guardian of Pilgrims. This is a smaller set, so expect a lot of duplicates until we get to the uncommons. And we have Savage Alliance. This guy looks great. Again, they've talked about this a lot with this set, is that you have unlikely team-ups fighting the Eldrazi, and that was the same on Zendikar as well, that you had a lot of people who would not normally be fighting against, or would not be fighting together normally, now fighting together, like vampires and humans and core and stuff like that. In here, you've got unlikely team-ups of within the Gatewatch combined with Liliana, but also with humans and vampires and spirits and werewolves and stuff like that. So I think it's super awesome to see all these different forces coming together, all these different tribes, if you will, coming together to fight against the Eldrazi. So there's that. Savage Alliance. Prying Questions. This card's great. The art is fantastic. I love that this guy's mouth is just stretching out and whispering into this other guy's ear. He's hating every second of it, and the flavor text is saying, what remained of the Lunarch Inquisition found new ways to extract confessions. Perfect. Because the Lunarch Inquisition was corrupted by Emrakul. It has changed, and here is one of the ways that it's doing that. It just looks fantastic. I love the art so much on this card. We've got the Dusk Feaster. I don't know that you guys can see it super well, but the red, if you guys get this card, the red on her dress is perfect, in my opinion. I think it's like the perfect hue. It's lit perfectly, or at least painted with the lighting done correctly. It looks amazing. It's super subtle, but still really awesome. She's also got the red on her hands, plus a little bit of red in her hair. I wasn't sure if that was her hair or a headpiece. We kind of had a little discussion on that earlier, but regardless, the red kind of highlights on this card are fantastic. I love it so much. Then we've got Crypt Breaker as our rare. Cool, nice to see. Again, a seemingly black, dark, haunting card with light in the background. I'm not really sure what the light in the background is from, because it looks like this zombie is coming out of a crypt. So is the crypt on fire? Is that what... I mean, we know Liliana's magic is purple, so I'm not exactly sure why it's like that, but it looks cool, so I appreciate that. Our flip card behind Crypt Breaker is another Vilden Pack Outcast. We saw it already. It flips into the Drone Pack Kindred. Again, looks gross, looks cool. We'll leave that on the side. And then behind it, we have a foil. We have a foil common that I don't think we've seen yet in Brazen Wolves. Not bad. The background colors, obviously, in foil look a lot better than the wolves themselves, but it still looks pretty awesome. You can see the foiling pattern on that. And behind that, a flip token and a zombie token. Look at how cool that zombie token looks. That's really nice. So we have that. We have 2 more packs left from this box, which has worked out okay for us. I mean, in the last one we got Liliana, so it's kind of a high bar set already, but we've still got 2 packs to go. So let's see what we get out of here. We've got Ingenious Scob. So again, presumably something else made by Geralf, because that seems to be what most of the Scobs are here. We've got another Spring Sage Ritual. Galvanic Bombardment, so once again talking about, He Ain't Afraid of No Ghost. I said there would be more of them. Here's one. We have the Wolfkin Bond. This card is great. It is a guy and a wolf. The card is super flavorful. The art is fantastic. They have glowing eyes. It looks awesome. So there's that. We have the Skurstag Supplicant. I love it. I love that the blood is like dripping down her or his, I can't really tell, arms, all over their outfit and stuff too. So that looks really cool. We've got Grapple with the Past. What a great name, first of all. Also, look at how sad that little Eldrazi is reaching for that teddy bear. So it says, Emrakul does not grant wishes. Desires simply align to her will. So it's super sad. I mean, that's super, super sad. It's cute, but sad. So, but I mean, again, great job on the art. If it evokes that kind of emotion, I really appreciate that. Here's another Terrarian. Love it. Make Mischief. Talked about that. Faithbearer Paladin. For those of you that watched the pre-release on Loading Ready Run's Twitch channel or on their YouTube channel after the fact, this card was all over it. Great card. I'm looking forward to using it in Limited myself. We have Shreds of Sanity. Awesome. Again, tentacles in the background. This guy looks super tormented, which again, flavorful for the story. You guys will see if you haven't read it already. Definitely check it out. The people being corrupted by Emrakul kind of just doubled over, holding their heads. Really nothing they can do about it either. So there you go. We've got Faith Unbroken. Even though Avacyn's dead, this guy is still faithful. He's still got the glowing symbol of Avacyn above his head. giving divine power to his sword as well. Just awesome, super flavorful. And again, I mean, humans need some kind of backup, and there are a lot of cards in here that show that. So there you go. Our third uncommon is the Gnarlwood Dryad. Also, speaking of great cards in Limited, 1/1 Death Touch for 1. Totally would love to see tons of these guys. He gets bigger with Delirium, but even if he didn't, doesn't matter. Card's great. And our rare or mythic, hopefully speaking of great cards, is Niblis of Frost. This is a Dementor. For those of you that are fans of Harry Potter, it's just straight up a Dementor. It is kind of leaning down and sucking the soul out of this person, or breathing cold onto them because it's frost. It looks cool. The art's fantastic. The colors are great. I love it. So there you go. Behind it, we have Graph Rats. Yeah, okay, so here we go. It flips into the top half of Chittering Host. These cards, I have never, this is the first top half of a card I've held, because Bruno was the bottom half. These cards look crazy. I love it. It's so incredible. If you guys get the opportunity to hold one of these, definitely do it. It's very, very interesting to see. I am hoping to be able to actually combine them at some point this weekend during the pre-release and actually make a full version of it, because it looks so cool. I just love it. So there's the top half of Chittering Hosts. Behind it, just a Plains and a Human Soldier token. Again, more duplicates of stuff. So that's cool. We'll leave those on the side. And our last pack with Liliana on the front. Again, we already have her, but why not? I will not complain. We have not gotten a mythic out of this box yet. We got one out of the last one. Let's see if we got a mythic in our first pack. We'll see if in the last one, see if we can get one in this pack in this one. We've got Tattered Haunter again. Cultist's Staff. So a lot of cultists joining up with Emrakul. So here's one of their staffs. Again, just more stuff for the humans to have to fight against on Innistrad. We've got the Dawn Gryph. First Dawn Gryph. What a beautiful piece of art. It's a hippogriff. We called it the Hippogoose in the last set because it has a goose face. Really weird. But anyway, it's awesome. I mean, the art, the colors are fantastic. I love it. So there you go. With the Dawn Gryph, we got another Wolfkin Bond. We've got Succumb to Temptation. What a great name for a card, and a lot of good names in the set too. I mean, again, good art, good colors, good flavor. I like the name of this one a lot. We have the Falconwrath Reaver, just another vampire. A lot of vampire sub-theme is here as well. We've got the Iron Rites Cleansing. Again, really cool. Love the colors. Love the exiles and artifact or enchantment. So this is in white, what you were getting in green before, and one less mana, and you get to exile it. So that's pretty awesome. We've got the Enlightened Maniac. So in the last set, you had Mad Prophet and stuff like that. Now you've got an Enlightened Maniac. So he may be crazy, but I guess he's working with it. So there you go. You've got an Enlightened Maniac. You've got the Bold Impaler. We've seen this guy. You've got Unsubstantiate. I love bounce effects. It is an uncommon, so it'll be a lot harder to get in Limited, but bounce effects are really good to kind of put your opponent back another turn, so that's great. Whispers of Emrakul, again, talked about this art already, seems really cool. And a Markov Crusader. The flavor text on here dictates that the surviving members of the Markov bloodline drove through a crush of horrors to reclaim their ancestral home, which we all know is Markov Manor. We already have a video up of us talking about the story of Sorin fighting Nahiri at Markov Manor. Maybe this is how Sorin gets free, because I assume he does. We said that. We don't know how yet, but this is my assumption, is that more Markov vampires will come through, even though they don't really like him, from what we understand. Still, maybe that's who gets him out of that stone. We'll see. And behind it, Heron's Grace Champion is our rare. It's really cool. I mean, I appreciate it. It looks awesome. Again, the whole concept of humans, I mean, Heron's Grace is alluding to Sigarda, so, and he's holding the banner. It's super awesome to see all these humans coming together. You kind of feel their passion for staying alive, which I think is kind of what humans on Innistrad have just always been doing. There's kind of never been a period for them to just relax. Behind our rare, we have our flip card of the Smoldering Werewolf, and this is the one that's been on a lot of the pack arts, I think. And it flips into the Erupting Dreadwolf. Awesome. Look at that. Look at how cool that is. Again, Usually when they transform into Eldrazi, it's just a lot of different tentacles and appendages. Now it's also a lot of fire, just everywhere, even at the tips of all the tentacles. So there you go. Behind it, anything else? Nope, just an island and a Liliana emblem to match our Liliana from our last box. So there you go, guys. Let's quickly go through what we got. As I said, there will be another video coming of us opening 2 more, so stay tuned for that. Let's see what other cool stuff we can get. So out of our first box, obviously you guys saw the foil flip zombie token. That's really cool. Speaking of foil flips, we've got Bruna as our pre-release promo, flipping into the bottom half of Brizella, Voice of Nightmares. Really awesome, super psyched to have it. Hopefully I'll get Gisela as well, even though that's a mythic. We've got the foil Forest, why not? We've got Harmless Offering. We've got the other half, the back of Docent of Perfection, Uvenwald Observer. We've got the Elder Deep Fiend with the Eldrazi Octopus. Here's our Liliana the Last Hope. We've got Epiphany at the Drown Yard, and Inexorable Blob from our Shadows over Innistrad packs. From our second box, we got the Heron's Grace Champion. We got the Niblis of Frost. Super happy to have one of those. Foil Brazen Wolves, not bad. Crypt Breaker. We got Sanctifier of Souls. We got the Angel of Deliverance and a Port Town. But again, guys, I'm going to leave you looking at what, in my opinion, hopefully in yours, is the MVP of both of these boxes, Liliana the Last Hope. Guys, as I said, we've got another box to open. We've got other stuff on this channel. Definitely subscribe down below. You'll see booster boxes that will get opened, fat packs, maybe a fat pack battle of some kind with some stakes involved this time. So if you have not subscribed already, please do so. Thank you either way for watching, as you always have. There have been some links up at the top here that you can click if you want to just do that, or go check out our channel. We've got tons of other videos, magic related, not magic related. But guys, from the Geek for All YouTube channel, I've been Joe, and as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.